Men, imagine this: no God, no Satan, no heaven, no hell. Just you and whatever you can get away with. Now flip it. Imagine a world with no Satan, but also no God. No enemy to blame, but also no father to run to. Which one actually scares you more? You know, if we're honest, a lot of us already live like that first world is true. We say we believe in God, but we lead our homes, our businesses, our habits, man, like we're the only ones in charge and there's no spiritual war at all. But the Bible tells us something different. In 1 Peter 5:8, it says, be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion seeking to someone to devour. Man, that someone is you, your mind, your marriage, your kids, your integrity. Yet at the same time, Joshua 24:15 says, choose the day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Faith is not a feeling. Faith is a choice, not a demand God shoves down your throat. A line you decide to draw in the sand, right? So number one, here's everyday life, an application for men. So what does this look like on a Monday morning, not just on Sundays? So in your private battles, when you're alone with your phone at midnight, you're not just fighting boredom, you're fighting spiritual warfare. Ephesians 6:12 says, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the spiritual forces of evil. So you don't just try harder, try not to do it. You choose to submit that desire to God. James 4:7, submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. So you delete that app. You set accountability. You pray out loud if you have to, because that's leadership over yourself. Secondly, let's look at in your home. 1 Timothy 5:8 says, if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied faith. Providing isn't only money, it's emotional presence, guys. It's spiritual covering. It's saying, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. You pray over your kids. You apologize when you're wrong. You lead your family to church, not just drop them off. So let's look at a third thing. In your relationships, Ephesians 5:25 says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. That means you don't lead like a dictator, you lead like a servant. You go first in sacrifice. You go first in forgiveness. That's how a man of God leads. And fourth, in your community and in your church, 1 Corinthians 16:13 says, be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. Act like men. That doesn't mean be loud, macho, and unteachable. It means you show up when it's inconvenient. You mentor young men. You serve where there's a need, not just where there's a spotlight. Micah 6:8 says, what does the Lord require of you but to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God? That's the blueprint. Justice, kindness, humility. That's leadership. So imagine life without God. No purpose, no ultimate justice, no real hope. Imagine life without Satan. No enemy, but also no cross, no Savior who crushed the enemy. The reality is both exist. There is a real enemy, but there is a greater king. And you, man of God, get to choose where you stand. Faith is a choice, not a demand from religion. A decision to step into the life you were created to lead. So let's affirm it. Speak this out loud with me right now. I am a man of God. I choose faith over fear. I will lead myself, my home, my community with courage, integrity, and love by the power of Jesus Christ. Hey, if this hits you, don't just scroll past it. Like this video. Save it so you can come back to it. Share it with a man you know is in a fight right now. And if you want to support this ministry or get some more resources on how to grow as a godly man, go to the link in my bio or in the description in this post. And I really appreciate that. But let's raise up a generation of men who actually live like what they believe. They live by what they say. And that's the example we want to lead. God bless.